There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's YAHHILA here, and in today's video I have with me my husband, and I just feel like interviewing him on his early life, basically his life story. And I'm to get my inspiration from this box that I ordered from online. So there are very beautiful and just amazing chit-chat questions that you can get from here. So let's get straight to it. Are you ready?
Yes.
So with me, I have a couple of instructions on how to use these cards, and they tell you what to use and how to not to assume, and your background settings and all of that. Not to get curious or assuming you know everything about your partner. You might be surprised. You would need the interviewer, of course, which I would want to be the interviewer. And I'm gonna draw a card, and I'm just gonna ask my husband a question, and let's see the answers I'll get from him. So let's get straight to it. So my number one question to him is going to be, which is coming from the early life. It says, could you tell me a story or memory of your brothers and sisters? That's your number one question.
Wow. I don't even know. A story. I have many stories that I can think about from my experiences when we was little. But let me just think about one that's popping to my mind. We used to play this game where we used to see who can save their cornbread, which was a part of their dinner. We usually had soup and cornbread and salad. So who can save their cornbread the longest without eating? Whoever can save their cornbread the longest, then they become the winner. So every time went by and everybody, okay, I ate my cornbread, they then managed to save their cornbread. And then pops out a Vishama, which is one of my brothers, is 2 years older than me. And he said, y'all thought I ate my cornbread, and I got my cornbread, and he was jumping around and telling everybody that he won and everything. So he figured that he won. And I was just very quiet and, reserved, and okay, you won, no problem. And he ate his cornbread. And then after he ate his cornbread, I looked under the rug, pulled my cornbread from under the rug, and said, I'm the last person with the cornbread. And everybody was laughing, and it was a nice, fun experience that it's hard to forget.
That's definitely a great memory. So my next question to you would be, what did your parents do for work?
Well, I have two mothers, and both of my mothers took care of us. Mainly, that was their main occupation. And when they had time, they would find some side job just to make a little extra money if they want to do a special trip or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what they've done, but their main priority was to take care of our siblings. We have 15 siblings. We was all in the same house, so you can just imagine taking care of 15 people, 15 children in one house without your husband, which was mainly traveling around the world doing work for my community. So that was their main occupation, taking care of us. My father was a leader within our community, and he done the community business around the world, and that's how he managed to take care of us and pay for us and feed us and financially hold our life together.
Okay, that's very good to know. My next question would be, what are some of your earliest memories? Your earliest, which means when you were young, for sure. Memories that you had.
Wow. Okay, I have a memory. I remember one day we was all living in the same house. Our mothers, children, and we had other people from other families also living with us. So we just had a house full of people, children, and parents and everything. So I remember one day, I don't know how, but I missed the dinner. I don't know if I was outside playing or what. But when I came home, they have eating all the food, and I was so upset. And my mother made me some special food, and she took me inside her room and she told me, you eat your food by yourself and don't give nobody none, and you just enjoy your food. And it was a very nice memory that I will not forget. This was my Ima Havaya.
That's surely a great memory. Like, who would make it like a brand new food for the kid because of his mistake? He should have been home earlier to join the family to eat. Hey, that was funny. See, I didn't. So, what were your grandparents like? What were your grandparents like?
Well, I really don't have so much memories of my grandparents because my parents left America when they was young, meaning their parents, which is my grandparents, were mainly in America. But I do remember when we was very little, my father's mother came and one of my mother's mother came, and they spent a couple of weeks with us and everything. But that's basically our experience with our grandparents. We did not have a full relationship with them because their lives were based in America and our lives was based in Israel. So our parental connections was with our biological parents and our community parents that were based in living here in Israel.
How did your parents meet?
I really don't know. I have no idea how my parents met.
Are you sure?
Yes, I was my parents had me, to be honest, me and my brother Yahav, we were very small when my mother went back to America. So my biological mother, I really did not have a relationship with her, only my father. And then we hear stories that, I don't know, I guess they just got together when, the early stages of our community. But soon after we were born, they left. So even that's my biological mother, but I also have my other mothers, which is my dad's other wives, and I know one story of one of his wives, which is my Ima Giora. I know one story because they say this a lot, is that I remember that he met her at a party and he told her that he's going to Africa. And my dad was like, hey, if you want to go to Africa, then we can do something. If you ain't trying to go to Africa, ain't nothing to talk about. And that's just the story of how they met and everything at a friend's party. But aside that, I really don't have no memory or no understanding of how they met. I'm just happy they did meet and they was able to build a life where it was comfortable and safe for us to grow up and be decent human beings.
And how did your family spend time together when you were young as a big family?
Well, we spent time together at community events such as New World Passover, which we have once a year, where all the families of the community come and stay at a park for 2 days. It's more like a family reunion, but for the whole community. So that's one of our big ways of spending time together. We bring food, we get new clothes, and we just enjoy ourselves as a individual family, but we also enjoy our nieces and cousins and everybody else for a period of 2 days. So that's a very fun time memory. Aside that, we also have a very intimate type of family bonding, which we used to have a prayer circle where we go around and we allow everybody to say a prayer for whoever they want to and everything. And then my father also opens up and closes the session with a general prayer for whoever or he see fit or need to, this prayer and positive energies to the world and those that's in need of a prayer. And we, of course, we went out as siblings and played in the park. We went on local vacations to the amusement parks and water parks. So as a big family, it was very enjoyable, very fun. And that's just a short example of some of the fun things that we done as a family when we were all living under the same roof.
How did you get your name? The name Shaltiel. How did you get it?
I have no idea how did I get my name. It's just, you get your name when you first born. So I'm assuming my parents, and I never even asked the question or asked my parents, how did I get the name, or did they give it to me? Did somebody else give it to me? Just didn't, it wasn't a concern or something that I was curious about. Knowing that my name is Sha'altiel, which means acts of Yah, which means someone who asks questions. Of course, he asks God, asks Yah, he asks questions. But it's very ironic that I ask, in my personality, I'm a very curious person, which fits my name, but I was never curious to ask about who gave me my name. Aside the meaning of my name, which I know and knew for a while, but who gave you my name, I never got that curious.
Okay, fair enough. Where were you born, and is that where you were raised?
I was born in Israel and I was raised in Israel. The hospital that I was born at is in Beersheba. That hospital serves all the people in the southern part of Israel. And if we talking about the city, I was not raised in the Beersheba city. I was raised in Arad with my family. But I was born in the city of Beersheba, Israel.
What were your parents like?
Wow. Okay. I was raised in the household of 3 parents. Two of my mothers, not my biological mothers, but 2 of my mothers, and my father, which was mainly abroad, meaning taking care of community business around the world. So my Ima Havaya, she was very into interior designing. My Ima Giora was very into cooking and things like that. And my father just was a comforting supporter, I guess, because he wasn't there in person all the time. So he was just there to just, communicate on the phone. And whenever he come, it was vacations and everything. So it was really a balanced combination of all of them, because we was able to always live in comfortable dwellings, in beautiful, amazing dwellings, and we was also able to enjoy the best food that life can offer from our experience. And we also had the support and the charismatic and funny backing of my father when he found time to come home and spend with us. So we basically had a full-rounded parental support based on the different main qualities of each of my parents.
Where are your parents from?
My father is from Chicago. My Ima Havaya, she's from Dallas, Texas. I actually went to visit her sister and stay with her sister and her family for a couple of days in 2013. My Ima Giora also is from Chicago. But I never went to visit her siblings like that and everything. But we did go to Chicago and move around and spend time in Chicago. So I'm Chicago and Dallas, Texas. That's basically where my parents are from in America.
So my next question to you would be, did you date as a teenager, as a young teen, when you were like, let's say 15, 16?
Of course, like every other male and maybe also female, had crushes on girls. Some was successful, some wasn't successful. Most of them wasn't successful. I only started getting success when I started getting out my teens and everything, trying to understand the whole dynamics of male and female and everything, because I was naturally a shy guy and kind of, not as open spoken, but through my teens it was more so crushes and, love bird, things like that and everything. But I really start to really understand the whole dynamics of dating when I was outside of my teens.
So did you work as a teenager, and what did you do if you did work?
Yes, I did work. Even when I was in school, we used to go to our city market, me and my brothers, and we used to go there and help the different booths set up their market and close down the market. Sometimes we go there just for a setup and close down, and sometimes we stay there for the whole day. And in the market, it was mainly selling fruits and vegetables, nuts, things in that sort and everything. And we used to have that market once a week on a Monday. So that was our time to go and make a little pocket money so we can have to buy small little things that we wanted. That's basically the type of work when I was a teenager.
So what did you spend your money on? All the monies you made when you were in your teens, whatever you earned from the store, boots, whatever. What did you spend those monies on?
We spent most of our money on food. Food and maybe small toys and everything. But we knew clearly that our money was for us, not for our parents, not to help them with their bills, not to buy anything for the house. Our money was for us, and we made sure of that.
I thought as much. Tell me about your first car.
Yes, my first car, I was in my 20s. I remember clearly when I first got the car to test drive, the owner of the car brought it to the car. It was on a Saturday evening, and my dad came down because I was still living with my father, and he came and he said, okay, I'm gonna test the car with you. So we took the car and we drove it up and down the street, and he was like, oh, the car seems very nice, but he said, don't get this car because it's over 10 years old. And he said, any car over 10 years old is not a good purchase. So that car I did not get, but soon after I found another car which was like around 7 years. And he said after he helped me test drive it and check to see if it's okay, he said, you can go ahead and purchase the car.
But if you would want to know, I never had a car. Up to now, I do not even know how to drive. I would like to know, when was your first car accident, if you ever had one?
The first accident I had with my car was when I was in Tel Aviv, just sitting on the side of the road waiting for my sister, and a car reversed and hit my door. Now, usually when you have an accident, even if it's a small accident, you have to take the insurance details and you have to let the insurance know so they can pay for the repairs of the car. But because the guy that hit my car, meaning he was responsible, he did not want to do that, because if you report to the insurance company that you hurt somebody's car and they have to pay, then the next time you apply for insurance, it will cost you more. So he just said, okay, let me just give you some money and then you go and fix your car, which was good. Give me a nice amount of money, and it only took me a third of that money to fix that car, to fix my door that he hit. And the rest of the money, I just used it for enjoyment. So,
did you play sports in high school?
Yes, we had our sports classes and we had a sports program which we were graded up on. We done running, we done physical exercise, basketball. I wasn't the top sports student, but I done what I had to do in order to, pass the grade. And but I always liked basketball, even though I was not good at it, because it was fun and I enjoyed it. That's it.
Were you involved in any other extracurricular activities? There are a lot of sports when you're in school, but the question is if you had any other extracurricular activities aside the basketball that you particularly loved to do.
I don't know about love to do, but we did have, aside our regular curriculum, we did have extra outside courses, which was filmmaking, meaning every week for a couple of hours, we had a course, a program where we used to learn how to do filmmaking, which is the filming process, the editing process, learning about the history of filming. That's one of the main programs that I was a part of that I can remember clearly.
What were your favorite books, films, and music when you were a teenager?
Books, films, and music. Well, first I was always attracted to inspirational content, whether it's inspirational movies, whether it's inspirational music. Regarding books, I was just mainly focused on our community books, I guess. I wasn't a big reader like that. And movies, I liked, a lot of drama type movies. Music, also R&B, small rap, hip hop, but mainly R&B. And a lot of soulful content, things that kept me inspired, things that kind of took my mind and emotions out of the problems that, you know, or the challenges that many youngsters go through when they're young, whether it's love problems, whether it's you're just fighting each other, whatever it is, the regular challenges that all teenagers go through. I used to always be attracted to inspirational content, music, movies, books that kind of took my mind to a more subtle, relaxed, inspired, optimistic reality.
Okay, so who were the most famous celebrities when you were growing up? In general, like musicians, actors, just basically the stars when you were a teenager.
For me, a lot of the R&B singers, R. Kelly, Beyonce, who else? You had a lot of R&B singers. I can't remember all of them. Usher, yeah. Tupac was also very famous in my mind, in my head. You understand? I'm explaining to you people that I was mainly attracted to, you know, when it comes to their music and their Denzel Washington. He's also very famous. Al Pacino. Who else? There's different people that I was, the celebrities that I was kind of drawn to based on their performances in their movies and in their music.
So guys, this is all for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed our little interview conversations, I would say, which is all about his early life story. I, of course, didn't know all of this, but I'm glad I do know now. This was so much fun, and I can't wait to have him here again so we can continue with the next questions that maybe he might have for me, or I might again ask him. So if you liked and enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And I'm YAHHILA, and this is my husband Shaltiel. And
like and subscribe.
Thank you. So until next time, see you in my next video. Bye guys.